typing I in the chat box in an orderly manner, and then we're going to give them the floor. Please remember the questions are going to be the same question for everyone in each portfolio. So for President-elect, we have 2 candidates, so the question must be answerable by both candidates, otherwise we won't be taking the questions. And then if you have a direct, you put 2 I's in the chat box as a direct. If you have any technicals, a T, and so on and so forth, like we already know. And then, so we're going to start with President-elect portfolio, and then we're going to continue with Chairperson of Students Exchange, which has only 1 candidate. Unfortunately, we didn't receive any nomination for treasurer, so we'll talk about how the process goes for that one after the session. Any questions, please? Any questions about the procedure before we start? Above Portugal.
Bill from Above Portugal. Hi, guys. First of all, it is supposed to record this meeting or this part or not?
We're live streaming it for records and for those that can watch. However, we didn't think it would be necessary to record because we're probably going to vote right away. So we don't need to show anyone the recording to make a decision. But it appears to me that we may not have quorum on this call, so we may have to record after all. Amira, would it be possible for you to record, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Amira. Any other questions, please? Thank you. Any other questions from anyone, please? Great. So for President-elect, we got 2 nominations, one from Ms. Amira Ryan Abdelhadi and from Ms. Ure Dibiani. So we received Ure's nomination form first, so we're going to give her the floor first, and we'll give Ryan the floor next. Ure, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Hello, everyone, all representatives of member organizations and secretariat. My name is Ms. Ure Dibiani Okorafor from PANS Nigeria and candidate for President-elect. Thank you.
Thank you, Ure. Ryan?
Hello, everybody. So my name is Ryan, and I'm here to present my candidature for President-elect. I'm a final year pharmacy student from Algeria, currently an intern in our Ministry of Pharmaceutical Industry. And I have been holding many positions within IPSF, like Chairperson of EMRO, Secretary of EMRO, and Policy Coordinator, and this year External Relations Chairperson. It is my pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. So we're going to start real quick with the questions, and the way it's going to go is we're going to start with the first question in the order of Ure and then Ryan, and then the next question is going to go the other way around. So Ryan is going to answer, and then Ure will go next in that order. So we're going to alternate. So the first question we received is from AFO Portugal. The question is that since the training portfolio is under the President-elect position, what are your plans for the portfolio? You have 1 minute, 60 seconds to respond. Niranjan, could you kindly time for me? Thank you. Ure, you have the floor.
Thank you very much for this question. For the training portfolio, I have lots of plans, starting from provision of more materials to give them more capacity in order to have sufficient trainings, and definitely to give brainstorm, have more ideas, come up with more ideas on more trainings, have trainings in between the mandates to also give motivation to the team, so everybody is fully motivated, even towards the middle of the mandate when people were not very motivated. Then also we can have more trainings the training portfolio I've actually been doing very well, but the use of more materials would be of help. Materials that encompasses everybody, every form of member organization that will be utilized by everybody to have capacity building program, and the training portfolio is also going to help other portfolios to prepare for it and make sure that everything goes smoothly. And I also feel the need to not only target live audience, but also maybe put it on the
Hi,
iPad.
Ure. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you. Your time is up. Sorry about that. Rayan, you have the floor.
Thank you very much for this question. It is definitely an amazing and important question. When it comes to capacity building in IPSF, as you know, we have two different types of trainings. We have LIT, we have TDC, and both are inspired from IFMSA programs. I believe for IPSF, it is time to reform our capacity building portfolios, mainly by introducing theme-based workshops and trainings. This is what I'm planning to do during my mandate, is to work hand in hand with the coordinator with the training coordinator to develop PDPH and PE specific trainings. And of course, I will continue with the capacity build of general skills, or like the sessions we are having for now, because I believe they had huge impact on the skills of our IPSF team and also for the member organizations boards. So I plan to continue with that, also with introducing, as I said, theme specific workshops and trainings. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Amira. We have the next question from Anna France. The question is, how would you react when internal conflicts happen, and how would you solve them as president-elect? Thank you.
So basically, conflicts are quite common, sadly, when it comes to working in online environment, and this is due that we do not have the verbal communication or the face-to-face communication with other individuals. How to handle this is basically having more of team building sessions or team building activities at the beginning of the mandate. This is what I've done when I first chaired IMRO RWG, and the fact that we become friends, we understand each other, we understand the differences and the diverse background that we are coming from, what bothers other team members, what are their concerns, etc. We managed to have a healthy environment for us to work in, and this is what I plan to do in Execo, is to provide some team building sessions and team building activities at the beginning of the mandate to avoid these conflicts to begin with. And when they happen, of course, we need to address them in an adequate way, and this is, of course, with the help of the Secretariat, and we need to keep our working environment healthy to
Okay, I'm sorry, I have to stop you, Rayan. It's time. So we're going to go to Ura for her response.
Thank you very much for this question. Okay, when a conflict arises, there are various ways to approach it, but I feel like the most appropriate way to approach it is to get these two people involved and talk to both of them and make sure that they understood the code and conduct of IPSF, that they both respect our diversity and our values and everybody's beliefs and religion, so it doesn't be part of the issue. And also you involve I'll also involve the other ESCOs and the other secretaries, because they will also have much input to give on it. And I feel like if we have more people giving an input on the situation, it will be better. So also, we can also call this kind of thing from happening from the beginning of the mandate by bonding together, maybe having a form of system where we can pair people together in the team so they can know each other better and avoid this kind of situation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ure. The next question is also from Annette France, and they'd like to know can you please tell us how much you are committed and available for this position? Thank you. So this time, Ure will start, and then Rayan.
Thank you very much for this question. Before taking up on this, to apply for this position, I'm very well aware of the commitment that is required, and I'm very fully motivated and ready to commit 100% to make sure that everything goes smoothly and everything goes well. I've held positions in IPSF, and I was able to balance my schoolwork and my position and made sure that none of them suffered and make sure that everything went smoothly. So that is also my plan during this mandate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you very much for this amazing question. I believe it's very important and vital to be asked to a candidate who is applying for a 2 years position. Well, basically, I have been in IPSF for as long as I can remember, and I held like my different positions successfully. I've never been absent. I've never been irresponsive or not available whatsoever. And this is for every position that I applied for. I finish my term and I do my work beyond what is expected. This shows how committed I am. I think when I applied for the chairperson of IMRO and the workload was more than expected, I preferred to resign my part-time job to be able to fulfill my duties. And I think this reflects my commitment. I believe what I also did this year when I took over a half mandate of an external, though my personal schedule did not really allow that much of workload, also reflects how committed I am to IPSF. IPSF to me is not only an NGO, is not only like an associative work.
Sorry,
IPSF
Ryan,
for me
I'd have to stop you. Sorry about that. Your time is up. The next question is kind of similar to, it's from LPSA Lebanon, and it's similar to what Afro Portugal asked. So I'm gonna read the question and I'm gonna assess the floor, whether to accept the question or to skip it. So if you want me to skip it, you type plus, plus, plus. If you want the candidate to answer it again, then you give me your minuses. So it says, as for the motions accepted during the 67th IPSFGA, managing the training committee along with the training coordinator is now one of the duties of the president-elect. How would you manage this new addition to the portfolio? Great. So I see lots of classes. We're going to move on. So the next question. Okay, so I think that's everything for the president-elect portfolio. So now we're going to open the floor for those on the session. If you have any questions for the candidates, please feel free to type I in the chat box. APEF Portugal, please go ahead.
APEF Portugal, sorry. Thank you for your applications. My question is to you elaborate on your main focal points for the mandate. Thank you.
Thank you. So this time we'll go with Ryan first and then Ura next. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this question. So regarding my main 3 focal points, first of all, obviously, is capacity building. I've already talked about that in the first question, so I will not really repeat. My second point is that there's a necessity to have more documentation and traceability in IPSF. Like we have people resigning, we have people not doing good handovers, and information get lost. So my main focal point for this year is creating more manuals, written handovers, and guidelines to ensure some sustainability and continuity within the federation. This is the second focal point. And the third focal point is to provide more support to our member organizations and investing in their development. And this is like mainly by transforming our activities to be members-oriented or members-based activities. This is my 3 points. I think I still have more time, so I will be talking about capacity building. Yeah, so I would love to work more on developing our capacity building portfolio. I've been IPSF trainer and IFMSA trainer, and I delivered many workshops. So I really would like to design more workshops and capacity building programs for the Federation to address any lack we have, especially, for example, when it comes to policy.
All right, Ryan, I think it's time. Sorry about that. Ura, you have the floor.
Thank you very much for that question. Firstly, like I mentioned in my nomination, I plan on going in depth with communication and the operation of the Federation. So definitely communication is one thing I learned on the job during my position as companion event coordinator. So it's something that I feel is very crucial for the mandate to move, the smooth flow of the mandate, follow up, consistent monitoring. Then also next, I want to increase the visibility of the Federation and expand all our partnerships with our external partners. I want to explore and expand more partnership. So therefore, like reaching out, exploring more fields so we can get people to enlighten us with webinars. We have to branch out and increase our visibility so we can grow as a federation. Then lastly, I want to advocate for an improvement of our all-round activities in the federation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I see a question from Annette France. Annette France, you have the floor.
Théo Favard, Annette France. First of all, thank you both for your application. Our question is, what do you consider to be your biggest obstacle in your work as president-elect? Thank you.
Okay, first up is Ura, then Ryan.
Thank you very much for this question. I feel like the biggest obstacle that can occur as being president-elect, from knowing the work of the president-elect, which has to do with strategic following up and monitoring. So that is where the work is. So definitely that's where the problem can come from. So with setting priorities and setting goals, with good communication, feedback mechanism, using follow-up and making sure that everybody on that has the same interpretation of their work that you expected, I feel like we can be able to overcome this difficulty in the follow-up and monitoring of all work in the federation. Also, if there's any place that is lacking, I'll be ready to assist and make sure to prevent any form of lapses. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you very much. So I think the main obstacle that would face us during this mandate is definitely the side effects of this pandemic, where people cannot really meet face to face, and we are expecting some people to get affected, our members' mental health, our team's mental health as well. This is something we need to put as a priority in our work. And also one of the obstacles I'm expecting is the financial issues. As you know, we do not have any revenues from SEP. We do not also have a lot of expenses. So it has been a bit steady, but it might not be the case for long, and we need to find a solution for our financial incomes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. I don't see any more questions in the chat box. Is everyone okay to move on? Guys, if you have a question, kindly put an I in the chat box. Great. Asap Algeria, please go.
Thank you, Isaac. Kenza Shafawi from ASEP Algeria. First, we would like to thank the candidates for the amazing application form and the ideas they have for IPSF. So my question is, can the candidates give a brief definition of IPSF in their vision? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ASEP Algeria. Ryan will go first, and then Ura will follow.
Okay, I would like to have a clarification. So you want me to present IPSF as I do for a partner, for example?
Excuse me, I didn't hear the question well. Can you repeat, please?
ASEP Algeria, so Ryan wants to know, wants to have a clarification on whether you want her to present IPSF like she's presenting it to a partner, or in her idea, what you just want to know what IPSF is to her. Ryan, is this
yes.
correct? Ryan?
Yes, this is exactly my question. Do you want me to answer what IPSF is for me? Or do you want me to say what IPSF, for example, when I'm representing it to an external partner or an external?
Yes, thank you. So it's the first option. So what is it for you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so can I answer now, Isaac? It's my turn, right?
Yes, Ryan.
Okay, thank you. So for me, IPSF is definitely beyond associative work. It is a school that teaches people many things. I can't imagine what I could be as a person without IPSF. IPSF is a school, it's a home, it's a family, and it's definitely a dream that every individual should have the opportunity to be part of. It really makes you a better person. It brings the best in you, and it makes you explore yourself, explore your limits, and push you to be the person you are meant to be, instead of just being limited where you are. I can't imagine myself without IPSF, and I would like every individual, every pharmacy student worldwide to live this experience, to explore their limits and to go beyond what they are told they are, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is what IPSF for me.
Thank you, Ryan. Ure, you have the floor.
Thank you very much for this question. IPSF is not just a federation or an organization joining together all students worldwide. It's a family. You join IPSF, you make friends, make memories. There's more to it. You learn how to work under organizational structures. IPSF has really shaped me and molded me into the person I am. And I'm still learning from IPSF because there's a lot to know. So definitely IPSF is an amazing opportunity and an amazing experience that every pharmacy student should have the opportunity to get involved with. So that is why these visions are very necessary, because IPSF should continue to remain what it represents and stands for. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ure. I don't see any more questions. Do you guys have any questions? Please put in the chat box. Okay, I don't see any chat box. So we'll be moving on in 5, 4, 3, 2, great. So I'd like to thank the candidates. And if Amira could help us to move them to what do you call it? A breakout room, so that we can turn off recording and live streaming, and then we'll go into closed discussion real quick. Then we go from there. And like in normal GA, it would mean that you need to turn your cameras on. Otherwise, we kick you out of the room, unfortunately. So we're going to give you 2 minutes, and then we'll start checking for people's cameras and kicking people out of the room. Great. Can I get confirmation that we have both candidates back in the room?
Yes, Ryan, candidate here.
Great. Thank you, Ryan. Is Ura in the room?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So unfortunately, we could not reach quorum for the voting. So the election is going to be by correspondence through email. And we'll let you know what the results are after the elections. Thank you very much. So we're going to continue with the candidate for the chairperson of Student Exchange. I'm going to give her the floor to introduce herself, and then we'll go straight to the questions from the Google form. So Zinia, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Isaac. Hello, everyone. How are you doing all? I'm Zinia from KPSA Kurdistan region, Iraq. And today I'm here for applying for the Student Exchange Chairperson. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Zinia. So the first question is from Afro Portugal. And the question says, you mentioned a special platform to organize CEP virtually. Could you elaborate a bit further, please?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it well.
You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute. The question is, you mentioned a special platform platform to organize SEP virtually. Could you elaborate a bit further, please?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for the question. Actually, I mentioned some plans that regarding for this program, and I can say one of the was creating a special platform that here I mean that making an exceptional platform for those member organizations which they cannot do the SEP in person due to the issue that will be out of the control of us, and entitled with the virtual semi in-person SEP platform, which includes everything just like a real virtually and different practical experiments that may members get during the real exchange, Harvard startup placement or plan B choice. And also I mentioned some other plans like providing discounts SEP fees by 50% or less discount is for the SIP fee, like that. Actually, here I mean that for those member organizations which they are not recently accepted, however, still do not join the program. So we offer them this discount that's only available for the first year to motivate and inspire them to join the SIP. And it's also one of the strategies to enhance more and more within the program. And you probably ask why this offer not includes all recently member organization. Actually,
I'm sorry, Zinia, but I'd have to stop you. Unfortunately, okay. Your time is up. So we're going to move to the next question, which is regarding the it's also from AFU Portugal. It goes regarding the 5% discount for member organizations who haven't joined SEP. Did you discuss this with the chairperson, with the treasurer, if that's feasible? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. I really want to mention that. First, I want to explain what this means and then answer this question. Actually, here I mean the member organizations they are not recently accepted, however, still they did not join the program. So we offer them this discount that's only available for the first year to motivate and inspire them to join the SEP. And it's also one of the strategies to enhance more member organization within the program. And you probably ask why this offer not includes all the recent MOs or all, other MOs which have already joined it. We would like to, but might not suitable for getting enough budget for the federation. So yes, exactly. That's why I put the 5% or less, because we have to discuss it with the treasurer. And is it really possible to do something like this? However, if we increase that, I'm sure that's not suitable and appropriate for the federation budget. So that's why, or maybe it's less than this. It's just only for the first year to inspire and motivate them to join us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zina, right on time. The next question is also from AFU Portugal. It says, could you share with us your past experience in SEP?
Actually, it's a good question, but actually want to mention that I have, because from my association, which is KPSA Iraq, this year is the second year that we are joining the IPSF. So I can say that a week ago, we accepted for the SEP program. That's why I didn't have any experience as a senior exchange officer or joining the program, but I can mention briefly what motivates me that I would like to join this kind of position. So as I'm a highly motivated and result-oriented individual, willing to go an extra mile to reach goals and learn along the way, and confident enough that if given this opportunity, I will thrive and deliver quality work within this stipulated deadline. Therefore, so I look forward to contribute my skills and experience to the position if given the opportunity, and consider that I can manage it properly astride different committees in IPSF and out. Thank you.
All right, Zina. Thank you too. The next question is from LPS in Lebanon. It goes like, do you have any plans to modify the SEP database, possibly adding features or improving pre-existing ones? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, LPS Lebanon. Actually, here I have to contact Ms. Jalan for this matter, and know how she was going to do this platform and database. So I need her feedback and conclusion. Then we can decide how, or I can say that how we can going on this database, or what's the changes that are required to do so. So I think we can keep the answer of this question after the handover or during the starting of the mandate. Thank you.
Thank you, Zina. The next question is from LPSA Lebanon. It says you have extensive experience in PD, PH, and P within KPSA and externally. However, could you tell us more about your previous experiences and skills that would make you fit for the position of the chairperson of Student Exchange in particular?
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, as I said and mentioned via the main nomination form, that I have the experience of the public health chairperson for the first year of KPSA. So actually, for the first time, we can manage and do a collaboration project within a whole IPSF region for the World Kidney Day, which is one of my best and first experience that's really made me amazing to do something like this. So I think that what's the relation between the public health and SE that connects me to do and applications. So my not a clear connection exists between those two positions, but I can say my passion to try different portfolios and committees within IPSA made me to present my application. And I believe each committees of IPSF give me an opportunity to gain unforgettable experience and creative ways to build myself more in the future. And I also do my best to run things
I'm
smoothly.
sorry, Zinia, but I have
Thank
to
you.
stop you. Your time is up. Sorry about that. The next question is from Anna France. It says, have you thought about a strategy to reach professionals and help some countries to find internship sites? Because we know that this can be quite difficult.
Sorry, I cannot understand the first part. Could you please
Okay,
repeat
I'm
it?
going to take it again. It says, have you thought about a strategy to reach professionals and help some countries to find internship sites? Because we know that this can be quite difficult. You have the floor, Zinia.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Some countries have the problem that they cannot join easily as possible as the other organization due to the politics or some regulation that they have. So that's why one of the strategy plan that I have mentioned is this creating this platform that I mentioned from the first answering for the first question. So briefly, I'll repeat it. So this special platform is for those that making an exceptional platform for those member organizations which they cannot do the SIP in person and is actually out of the control to help them or fix them. So here we can, as I said, it's entitled with the virtual semi-in-person SIP platform, which includes everything just like a real student exchange program. However, it will be virtually and different practice experiment that may members get it during the real exchange. However, SIP replacement solution or plan B choice, and definitely also based on the media and publication committee and how they can do it, make it successful together, or also we can help.
Right, I'm sorry, Zinia, I'd have to stop you. Sorry about that. The next question is from Anna France. It says, because of the cancellation of student exchange programs these last 2 years in many countries, have you thought of a strategy to promote this program and get back the attention of students?
Thank you for the question. Actually, COVID-19 pandemic have a negative consequences and impacts on us, and especially respective organization for doing this in person as convenient as before. But I think there's using these replacement solutions, and as I mentioned it, we can help the students to not miss this great and amazing and also wonderful journey to miss out. And yes, I think we can by using these replacement solutions and plan B choices, as I mentioned it a few minutes ago, it'll be amazing and can be work. Thank you.
Thank you, Zinia. The next question is from Anna France. It says, how would you react when internal conflicts? Oh, sorry, this is for President-elect. I'm so sorry. The next question is from ASEP Algeria. It says, what is the main motivation for spreading SEP awareness to other international students, organizations, and IPSF co-partners?
Actually, yes. The motivation to including other partners and co-partners of IPSF. It also depends on what's other student exchange, current student exchange chairperson Zealand are doing. So during also and over, we can discuss and conclude that how we can do this, or we can, or possible to do something like this to go along with these solutions, or we can start change or doing some changes, or even we may have the chance to remove some of them. So yes, I think here we can do this SIP program. And also for example, one of the interregional SIP campaign, one of the current student exchange chairperson doing it. So it's really amazing. And also we need to hear the feedback and conclusion about this, or how we can go going along with that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zinia. The next question is similar to what was asked by AFO Portugal. It's from ASEPA Algeria, so I'm going to read it out, and I'm going to ask everyone if they're okay to continue with the question by giving minus, 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 or if we're okay to move on by giving plus, plus, plus. The question is, the idea of a 5% discount on the SEP fee is excellent to encourage MOs to join SEP. Although we would like to have the opinion of the treasurer on the possible impact on the treasury. Are we okay to move on, or would you rather have the candidates answer this?
Yes, you can please go move on.
I'd like to know from the CPs and other official delegates here. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to the next question. The next question is from CPSA Croatia. It says, could you present SEP to us the way you would present it to potential interested members? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, presenting the SEP is one of those that I want to mention that one of that is presenting the introductory webinar for the members and the new SEP member organization to join us, because student exchange program is one of the wonderful and most, it's not just a regular program that you can participate in and yes, no, but it's actually a life-changing and a life-changing experience that you can gain a lot of things from different community, from the different pharmacy types like community, industrial, pharmaceutical, and other aspects of the pharmacy. So I think it's not only a regular program, it's just a life-changing experience. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Zinia. The next question is from BPHC Germany, and it's similar to what ASEPA Algeria, no, sorry, IFO Portugal asked. It says, what is your experience with the student exchange program? Official delegates, are you okay to move on since this was already answered?
Yeah, please go on.
Move on. Okay. The next question again is from BPHC Germany. Can you please clarify what you mean by training from one of the drug company and how that would help the student exchange program?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, it's one of the plans that I want to going to implement it. And here, I mean, that's like talking with one of the pharmaceutical companies by helping us to provide and sponsor us for 2 to 4 hours training course from one of them, and specifically about one of each department within the company, or those department that the pharmaceutical company would like to explain for the members. But how? Here we can say now, we know that we have minimum 40 working hours per exchange. So we can add it and increasing the hours to 42 to 44. However, we can discuss that later with the, is it really meet the rules or not? And however, this addition won't be obligatory, otherwise it's optional. So here it will give the members to experience from the pharmaceutical industry, just like from a pharmaceutical company directly. So yeah, here's the mission for the plan. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tina. Next question is from APEF Portugal. Could you elaborate a bit more on your plans for the promotion campaigns? Examples, SEP interregional campaigns, SEP spotlight, SEP poster competition, SEP cultural sessions.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much.
Sorry,
Actually,
there's
sorry.
a clarification.
Okay.
Sorry about that. BPHD, please go ahead.
Yes, thanks for your answer, Sinia. For clarification, do you mean that you want the students to experience like a sort of internship in a company, or be like presented what work a department in a specific industry with, like, for example, quality assurance or something would take, or you're talking about a whole other thing? Because I couldn't 100% understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, here I mean the online training course, because we cannot do soil or something on ground in every country that we want to go in this SEP. You know that there's a specific company that's targeting in the different countries, so it'll be online. Held it. I'll be online. So only, but it's only available for those members that's participating in the SIP program by adding these 2 to 4 hours. It's not solely just like this. It's an online training course just to gain more about pharmaceutical industries directly from the pharmaceutical companies. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Xenia. Now to the question from APEF. It says, could you elaborate a bit more on your plans for the promotion campaigns? Examples, SEP interregional campaigns, SEP spotlights, SEP poster competition, and SEP cultural sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, yes, I have planned to continue with this because I know, as I see from the page and the social network, that it's really had a great impact on those member organizations that want to apply for the SIP, or also new member organization joining the program. So it's really effective. However, still we need the conclusion and feedback from Ms. Jolan. So that's why also we can, I can say that properly insert during the handover or starting of the mandate. So yes, we can continue, but we may need still some changes or something like this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Xenia. The next question is also from APEF Portugal. It says, this mandate, there were a lot of problems regarding the SEP data. What will be your main strategies to prevent this to happen next mandate?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for the question. Exactly, student exchange program faced many problems this year, especially because of the pandemic, and also, as I said, some countries, because of the politics and some specific regulation, they didn't provide visa or other documents for the transportation. So I think we can use some strategies to overcome these challenges that we may face it for this mandate. So one of them is for those who cannot provide the SIP program in person. We can help them by talking with the external relations committee, with talking with the council to help us, or something like this, if we can do that or possible. And also the as I said, the semi-virtual, in-person plus SIP platform that I mentioned before, and also that maybe some other challenges that we may face, like a lack of communication because of the different time zone, and as well as the examination period for the undergraduates. So all of these challenges that we may face, so we can help that, especially for those who cannot change that.
It's time, and unfortunately I have to stop you, but there's a clarification from APEF Portugal.
Portugal. I'm afraid you understand you didn't understand the question. The question is related to the SEP database, the SEP platform, and the problems that happened this mandate that sometimes prevent the CEOs to work efficiently. And we would like to know if you have any strategy to prevent this to happen in the next mandate, or at least reduce the problems. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Actually, as I said, first we have to know what's the problems for the database that we have for this mandate, and then we can create the so different strategies and solution, and also plan B choices for the those challenges and those problems issues that may face it. So regarding knowing the problems, I can say that we can specify one of the strategies that most suitable, the most suitable to do this and to make it correction. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zinia. There's one last question, but it's the same as what was asked from PPHD Germany. It's from APEF Portugal. It says, could you elaborate more on your idea regarding the 2 to 4 hours online training from a drug company? Are we okay to move on?
Yes, move on, please.
Oh, APEF, you're dropping the question?
Okay.
Yes. APEF? Or you would like the candidate to answer? You're dropping it. Okay, thank you. Those are all the questions for the candidate. That's the Google form. So now we're opening the floor for the CPs and other official delegates to ask their questions. If you have a question for the candidate, please type I. I see FJCPPHA, the Philippines. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for your application, Sinya. So as the next upcoming mandate for the 70th anniversary of the Student Exchange Program in IPSF, which is our biggest project in the Federation, our question would be, what would be your plans and strategies for preparing with it if you will be elected as chairperson of SEP for the next mandate? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. I think that is first regarding whether we can hold it as online or on ground. So hopefully we can hold it as online offline. I mean this on ground, so it's not be online. And this regarding this situation, we can differentiate if we can if we'll be online. Also, we can doing some cultural sessions and extra introducing the program with the collaboration of the again that I mentioned, the pharmaceutical companies to I think that spread awareness more about SEP during our biggest symposium. So that's why it's only about the online. However, for the on ground, also we can do it. But I think if we can on ground, it's be a bit harder, but still trying to do so. So like including more pharmaceutical companies with us, as we are students of the pharmacy exchange. So I think we can do this regarding the situation, and sure. We have planned just like including more pharmaceutical companies and helping us to advertise our program, not only in IPSA, but with the other partners and within the worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you. There's another question from FJCPHA, the Philippines. It says, thank you very much for the application, Zinia. As the next mandate, the 70th anniversary of SEP in IPSF, which is known to be our biggest project in Federation. Our question would be, it's the same thing, okay. All right, thank you. Are there any other points? Any other points, please?
Please, what?
I'm asking the CPs if there are any other questions for the candidates. I don't see any more in the chat box. So we're gonna move on to close discussion in 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you, everyone. Joao, could you kindly move the candidate and one EXCO member to a breakout room? Amira, could you kindly stop recording? Could we stop live streaming? And we move into closed discussion. So please turn on your cameras if you have your camera off. Otherwise, we'll be forced to move you to form of inter-MO discussion or deliberation. If there should be any form of discussion, it's supposed to be between members of the same organization. So we don't expect cross-border deliberation. Everything has been done here should be left in here. Everything that's said in closed discussion, in this closed discussion, should be left here. The Secretariat and Exco in general will be monitoring this. Please note that you all signed a code of conduct where confidentiality and professionalism is key. We'll be monitoring for any reports about anyone that reached out to anyone. So any form of communication between a candidate and an MO or an MO with another MO is strongly prohibited. If someone should approach you with such a thing, please feel free to email me. And for record's sake, please copy the president-elect and treasurer as well. If any candidate should be found doing this, it's an automatic disqualification according to the code of conduct. So please make sure that there's no inter-MO discussion or deliberation, and there's no conversation between any candidate and a member organization. Before we close, does anyone have any questions? Does any candidate have a question to ask? Does any MO have something to add? Yes, no? Okay, I don't see anything. So thank you, everyone. It was lovely to have this session. Thank you for a successful session. And please look forward to my emails. So please, for the next 24 hours, please make sure you're paying attention to your emails. Thank you. Bye.